Alright, my name is Melak Senay. This is a video blog for Mr. Hanauer's Period 2, Period P World Lit class. So, why don't we just get right into it. So, first question. How did I demonstrate substantive literary analysis and include an ethical argument that includes each of the aspects of the structure of an argument? So, for my substantive literary analysis, I used handprints because they represented that basically everyone has their own story, and that leads into the argument that in order to protect and preserve everyone's innate humanity, rights, and freedoms, those in a position to advocate for those less fortunate are ethically obligated to listen to others' stories and personal struggles. So, the hook in this argument is the hook draws people in, and hot topics such as human rights and freedom is sure to gain interest of people. The claim would be to lend an ear to those less fortunate to us, and using pathos, logos, and ethos. The pathos section would be focused on emotional subjects, so brings in empathy through highlighting less fortunate people, and logos would be more logic. So it's saying that those who are more fortunate should try to see themselves in the place of less fortunate people. And ethos incorporates rights approach by more like ethics, and that states that each human has the right to humanity, rights, and freedom. And there was really no concession in this statement, but one statement that someone could make would be, why must people advocate for the less fortunate? And if the fortunate earned where they are today, why are they being forced to advocate for the less fortunate? And the call to action in this argument would be stating that people are obligated to listen to others. This would inspire some to seek out less fortunate people and try to understand them and their stories. And the ethical implication of this argument, according to the rights approach, is everyone deserves to be listened to and respected. So moving on, what are some other elements from our studies as a class that I am synthesizing? And in a way, I feel like the refugee book club that we did was an element used in the handprint. So this is because not many refugees have the chance to express themselves, and the handprint could be a representation of these stories because each handprint is unique. Next question is asking, what medium did I use and why, and how would I justify my artistic choices? Well, the entire class decided that we would all have black handprints. The entire handprint would be black, and the medium that is used is the human body. And this is because using a physical part of your body in a way, it connects you to all of the other handprints on the mural. Now this supports the argument because everyone's handprint is unique, showing that everyone has their own unique experiences. So how do I envision this piece fitting into a whole mural, and why? So because the class had already come to a consensus, my hand would be placed around the other handprints, which ultimately surround the pomegranate tree, and this represents how all of the unique stories can ultimately come together. And the process for creation is pretty straightforward. Essentially, you just take your hand, dip it in black paint, and mark the mural with your handprint. And even though this seems pretty trivial and insignificant, when compiled with all the other hands, it creates a pretty cool product, which is why it's kind of showing how all these stories can come together to mean something more. And outside of this artwork, I was mainly filming and taking pictures of the class creating the mural. So I was taking pictures of the art group drawing the tree, and eventually these pictures and videos would be made into a documentary. And my day-to-day task just consisted of recording interviews and taking pictures of the class. And my work actually answers the essential questions that were posed to us a few weeks ago. So the essential question, how can I set and follow through with my own goals for content, skill, and transferable learning? So I set the goal of learning how to film and take pictures, and I followed through on that goal with the help of the members in my film group, because I really didn't have any experience, but they taught me. And the second question is, How can we synthesize the stories we've read to support our argument and clarify purpose? So I said, turning the stories that the class has read into a video, clarify the purpose, because ideas, at least I feel that ideas are represented easier in a video, because that's how I learn better. And the last question is, how can we collaboratively construct and artistically represent an effective ethical argument to inspire social action? So I said making a documentary effectively represents an ethical argument because a video is easier to digest than text, because if you were to write an essay, that would just be a lot of words and reading, but a video, like a short, maybe 10-minute long video, is just way easier to digest. And yeah, that's my video blog, so peace out, guys. Bye.